Okay, good afternoon, everybody. This is the Town of Berlin Parks Commission, November 30th at 4:30. Just for clarity, this meeting was originally scheduled for the first Tuesday in September, but we did lack of agenda items that were ready to be discussed at the time. We did choose to push the meeting until today. So thank you all for your flexibility in that. Okay, we do have a couple of things on our agenda. So to get started, we all have a chance to review the minutes from our last meeting, which, believe it or not, was July 1st. So I know it's been a couple months since then, so it needs just a chance to review. And then I take your time.
I move that we approve the minutes as written.
Okay, second.
All right, very good. And unanimously approved?
Absolutely.
Okay, well, I'm actually going to turn the meeting over to Cody to review some of the updates that are in the packet. Just a couple of things that have been touched up a bit at the parks, and then leading into the playground inspection reports that were recently completed as well.
All right.
So take it away.
So just going like item by item, the new treetop climber, the new rock wall climber have been complete for some time, open to the public. Pictures of them in here if you haven't been over to Stephen Theater Park to see them.
They look great.
Thanks. Yeah, I think they did a good job. They seem to be well received from people that I've talked to at the park. So hopefully, in the coming year, we can go ahead and add some more equipment too. We're looking into possibilities in the future. There's a picture of it there. It's a little blurry. It didn't translate too great from my phone, but she did a great job on that.
It's very cute.
Yeah, we've got a lot of compliments on that.
And just to remind the group, this was a design that the group voted on at a meeting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It really came out well.
Yeah, it did,
Yeah,
she
it
did a great
really
job.
did.
And it seems to be holding up pretty well too. I mean, I just looked at it the other day when I took this picture and really doesn't seem to be any wear or anything like that. So I think she put a pretty heavy duty coating on it. So
Wonderful.
Parker Gillis for his Eagle Scout project reconstructed the two pedestrian footbridges around the pond side of Stephen Theater Park. Kids did a great job. The group of scouts that he brought, they were awesome. Really, we, as the town, didn't have to do much. It was very minimal involvement. I mean, they handled a lot.
That's awesome.
Yeah, and I mean, the first bridge, I think, took 10 hours roughly to do. We had to go into the second day a little bit. But the second bridge, we were done with like an hour to spare in one day.
Wow.
I
I can't believe how fast that was.
Yeah, they've done a great job. Yeah, really proud of them.
They look great.
Yeah, big improvement over what was there before.
Yeah, definitely.
May I ask that we write a letter of thanks and gratitude and recommend that the mayor and council, do that? I mean, for us, but also because this is a huge, wonderful.
The group will be coming before the mayor and council at our meeting in October. I believe it's going to be the first meeting, just to present the finished product to them. They were aware that this was happening. But
Okay.
just as a,
Well, then,
formal
all in
presentation,
due
but-
course then.
Yeah. The next one we'll share, but the library box, which Cody will touch on in a second, that one did go before the mayor and council for approval. So they were also informed of that as well, but.
And they listened with that. It looks like it fits in really well.
It's
Okay.
great.
Yeah.
So
They
nice.
took note of what we were saying and it looks beautiful.
It has like a little decoration on the side.
So
You see
cute.
that?
Vincent did a great job.
That was a nice touch.
It seems like
So
it'll
good.
hold up really well too. He built it pretty heavy duty, so.
Yeah,
Wow.
nice hinges on there. Nice.
So two really nice projects and all the kids did great.
Really. They did everything that they needed to do. Do they need a letter written for their scouting thing? Is that, or are
They
they
did need a
just,
form signed
and then we've already.
to authorize the project, which has been done, but.
Well, we should do it 10 times over because this is these are both such wonderful
Great,
projects and I'm sure we're going to enjoy that. But I just.
What you can see in the picture, I don't actually think it was even put on at the time these pictures were taken, but specifically for the bridges, there is, I believe it's since been placed, a very tiny 2x3, I'm gonna say sign, but I'm sure there's plaque. It's super tiny, but it does say that the bridge was done by Parker Gillis.
Oh, that's very
So
good.
if you do happen to walk the trail, that should be there
Parker
now.
Gill or Gillis?
Gil, sorry, Gil.
Okay,
yeah.
now I'll just,
Sorry, yeah.
Yeah, it says Gill in here, and I was like, oh, I know some Gillisons. I did not know the Gill.
Yeah.
That's wonderful. Well, excellent job.
Moving on to the playground inspections, we dropped our total number of issues from last year, I believe it was 61, to this year was 50. We had some curveballs in there, we had some issues that were with the new piece of equipment at Henry Park. The good news is that they were covered very quickly by warranty. Cunningham Recreation actually sent a crew out the same week that I got this, and you'll find that on your Henry Park repair sheet, but they fixed it almost immediately. There's a head entrapment, there's some other issues that they helped me with. The head entrapment was the major issue, the other stuff was pretty minor. And we've also fixed some things at Stephen Decatur Park. There's a head entrapment there that was removed, 2 of them actually. Cunningham Recreation assisted with those. They basically spent the whole day here just going around helping us with inspection reports. So that was a big help, for sure. And then I've also ordered some things, fixed some things since then. So we have a few issues, still very minor, mostly like, chipping paint and stuff like that on a couple of toys. But all of the significant issues that were found in the inspection report
what's
are
the
taken care of.
head entrapment? What is that?
So it's it's an opening of greater than, I forget the exact
Okay.
inch, but it's basically a space where a child could get
In
their head
danger or
stuck and
stuck in
then
there.
not get out. Yeah, it's considered like one of the most serious type of hazards.
Right.
One thing I will add too is something to keep in mind, I think when we go through these inspection reports, the regulations do change. So at the time that the equipment is installed, we're of course abiding by all the rules and regulations, but over time, as the years
Yeah.
go on and the regulations change, they might not coincide with the existing equipment, so we just have to, just keep that in mind, that when we install this, whenever it's done, we are abiding by the laws and regulations at the time, they do change, so we just have to be mindful of that.
And also,
lot, right?
They do.
Yeah, they do. And
They
also
do.
keep in mind too, the difference between being in compliance and being out of compliance sometimes is like an eighth of an inch. Like it's very, very small. So like the Caterpillar, for instance, we know last year that got written up for head entrapment. Couldn't be fixed, so it was removed. But that sat for 50 years and never had any issues. But it's just, when it was built, it wasn't in compliance. There was no such thing as head entrapment compliance then. So like Kate said, it's always changing. They're very strict, so it is technically a hazard when something like this is found, but it doesn't mean it's like,
It doesn't mean you replace it right away, you just.
right, you gotta use your best judgment. This stuff here was pretty easy to take care of right away, so it was kind of a no-brainer. Caterpillar was a little bit different story, but has since been removed, so. But yeah, we have a couple small issues, some things I'm waiting on that I ordered, like new swing seats and chains for Henry Park. We're gonna be doing some more mulching in there, stuff like that, but everything else is pretty minor that's left on the list now.
One thing that isn't on the list that I was curious about is the fence along the highway at Henry Park.
So that's in this year's budget.
It
to be
is,
done.
okay.
Just working, we'll have to talk with Jimmy and try to figure out when we can get somebody out there, and if we need to get any more quotes or anything like that.
Will that just be repairing the existing?
Well, one of
Yeah,
them was,
it's complete
yeah, I was just gonna say, a lot of them are bent, but one of them was completely missing. And I
Yeah.
thought, that highway's right there.
Yeah.
That's like a,
It definitely needs to be done for sure.
well, that's good, that's in the budget.
Yes, yeah, it's been budgeted, so we just kind of need to finalize it, what route we want to go. And then, I'll certainly let everybody know as soon as we figure
Yeah,
it
that'll
out.
come before the group too.
Yeah, kind of like when that's going to happen.
And
And will there be like a gate put in so that?
We're
things
still
don't
working
have
it
to be-
out. We'll have to have an access gate like towards the highway so we can get like a mower out there. But as far as like how it's gonna be set up, on the side next to the apartment complex, I don't know yet. There's kind of been some like up in the air discussion about how that should be done, so. We're working on getting it figured out and then we'll let everybody know.
And then maybe one day we can add a fence along Decatur Park, along the 113. Like, I don't know, I'm just, you know how that always, I kept saying about the trees, but
Yeah.
that's not happening. We put like a long fence along there, something for safety, just for dogs, for kids, for.
Yeah.
And the other thing that I noticed with all the things being replaced and all the trees being put down, one, I wanted to see about more trees going up, but I think I mentioned that the last one. But I noticed that they left some holes, like in the ground, like that are almost kind of so bad that you could twist an ankle or something.
Yeah.
Did you guys might have already taken care of that? I haven't-
Yeah, as far as I know, we've taken care of all of them. They did just take down some trees in the last few weeks. I'll recheck those spots, but I mean, we've added topsoil,
Yeah, I'm sure.
we've seeded,
You've done your.
leveling out the track and
Yes,
stuff.
and I know it's an ongoing thing.
It is.
So the recent rains may have caused some settling and
Yeah.
things too.
Well, this was after it was after some of the, it was months ago when I first noticed it.
Okay.
And then they were really deep.
Okay.
But then, I think they were filled in. It
Okay.
just must be an ongoing thing you guys
Yeah,
do.
I mean, there's always like ruts and
There's-
stuff in the
yeah.
park. that
Yeah,
we're
this
filling
was
with
like
topsoil.
a pretty good hole.
Okay, do you know where it was?
It was by, the big set.
Mhm.
It was in front of that by where the toddler swings are. And I think they took down, it must have been when they took, you know what it was? I think they put something in the ground, like a piece of machinery that had like 4 legs and cut down that tree.
Okay.
And it left big, deep gullies.
Okay, yeah, I'll check, I'll look into it. I mean, we have been doing work over there too, so.
Yeah, I
maybe
figured.
it'll make sense.
I just thought I'd bring it up because we were talking about all that.
Yeah,
but-
we've been putting new benches in around the park too,
I
the ones that we
see.
bought last
Yeah.
year, so.
Very cool. You guys do a great job over there. I mean,
Thank you.
I'm not taking anything away from that. I know it's full-time and you don't have the biggest staff.
Yeah, for sure, and with the weather too, I mean, Stephen Decatur Park, we all know is, even today, I couldn't get equipment in there, so it's,
Yeah, it's
definitely
mushy, yeah.
but yeah, we'll look into it. We're gonna continue to work, continue to put benches out, stuff like that.
Yeah, I love that.
So,
I love those parks.
And I think we can address too, the horticulture advisory committee, a few months ago now, was awarded some grant funding from Maryland Coastal Days for their Berlin Keep It Cool initiative, and primarily that initiative is planting trees. So there is some tree planting
Like,
stuff going back into the park that's underway.
Related to that, do we have presently a map or an inventory of our trees, of what's in Stephen Decatur Park, so that we can make the correct plans as to where, what, when, where, do we have a inventory or a map of where the trees are yet?
like existing trees or trees that we?
Well, where the tree, here's the big oak, here's the linden, here's this, here's that, here's the red cedar, here's, here's the pathway. So that, or an inventory or a map, or, I don't know. If we can't really, it's very difficult to make horticultural plans without knowing what is existing.
I just think that a lot of those trees are getting very, very old and
They
they're
are.
starting to one by one come down.
There is a.
And I think the best thing about the park,
highway.
Yeah, we have plans to take them, yeah.
but I'm like me and my kids, and we're freckled people. I look for shade. And that's the best thing about the Steve. When I lived in Ocean City many years ago, I would bring my kids to the Stephen Decatur Park because it was shady. And I think Henry Park would do well with more trees too. because-
I think that this is in order to plan, however, you do need to make a choice where the tree's gonna go. You have to know where the water lines are, you have to know where,
Mhm.
all of those things. And in order to say, like, we had an opportunity to have bald cypress, and we don't really know where they would go because we don't have a real inventory or what, like, now that we have the equipment removed, that is a good opportunity to make a good planting there. But
Mhm.
we need to know the size of it, all of that in order to make.
So you can't just buy some trees and think, oh, look really good right there.
You can do that, but you're gonna have a lot of,
Yeah.
are they gonna live? Is this appropriate? Does it have poisonous leaves on it? Is this an invasive plant? All of these things are things that we have to consider. And I just,
Well, you could do like a river birch in there, like in the.
I'll tell you what, they suck up the
That's
water.
what I mean.
I am
Couple
right there
river
with you.
birches over in that soggy side.
There are a lot of trees, and it's not just trees, it's also the shrubs that give you the understory that you need to help with wildlife and all of that. Joan Maloof had an opportunity, we had an opportunity to get some trees, and we just weren't prepared for it. I'd like for us to be in a position to be able to accept those. When that grant comes in, we say, we can get 50 of this, 5 of that, or shrubs, or, grasses, or whatever it is that we need in order to give our stormwater resiliency, which we're really taxing it a lot now, where we have not added more to take more water off. And we're in you can't get your equipment in there. It's tough. We want to make it, you can't walk through the park many times, we want to make it a better place. And we can do that by the right kind of planning, the right kind of trees for the right place.
Is
And-
Joan still putting the trees in front of the church?
Do what?
Is Joan still getting the trees for in front of Buckingham Church?
That's entirely possible. I'm out of
She
that.
offered them for the park, you mean?
She wanted to know where things could go, and I had nothing to say. I don't have any information about where trees should go. We still, people wanted to talk about it being an arboretum. Well, in order to have an arboretum, you have to have, or even to be a tree city, we have to know what kind of trees we have. But it sounds like we've got
walked over there and told her where to put some trees. I'm really good at trees.
Yeah, we could do that,
Yeah.
but
I mean, I wouldn't turn down trees when we need some.
Well, let's touch base with the horticultural group, because I know that
Yeah.
they have some plans underway. Do you know off the top of your head if they have a tree map, if you will, for lack of a better term?
I mean, as far as I know, Henry Park was where they were going to put a majority of our trees from that grant.
They do need them over there.
And they were mainly going to go along the side of the playground and basketball courts, kind of near the apartment side.
okay, that would be great
Because
way
it's
a
to suck
buffer.
up that water.
Yeah, kind of like a buffer, and also maybe to provide some shade, on the bleachers and the playground and stuff.
Perfect.
That was kind of their plan.
Okay.
That's terrific, but I'm saying for Stephen Decatur Park, and for really any of them, we need to have that plan. If they've done a plan for Henry Park, that's terrific, but we need.
That's awesome.
Yeah, we cannot, if you were gonna put a house on a street, you'd wanna know, where's the water hookup, where's the electric hookup,
Sure.
where's the street cut, where's my driveway gonna go?
Yeah.
These are just basic questions. Where's our permanent toilets gonna go? That's, that's what I wanna know.
What goes into like doing that? Is that like a big cost to put
It
together?
can be.
And who does it?
There are companies that do it. There are different ways that, actually, if Berlin joins the tree, it has to do with the Tree City, also with the Arboretum. If Berlin joins that, the Maryland has a service that that is provided by.
That's
So,
what we need to do.
Well, I can say that as of recently, we are exploring the avenue to become a tree city,
yes.
a little bit more aggressively than we have in the past.
Good.
So perhaps this is something that will come to fruition as part of that
And we would,
designation.
and the, I'm speaking from past conversations, it's not been run by the board, but I know that we were talking at the museum, which we have the Humphreys
Mhm.
Arboretum there. If, you know, we can't afford to have it, but if it's a cost on our own, but if it's a cost that the whole town takes over, we participate in that somehow. I think that you can get a lot more cooperation. There is a fee with it, but it's through the state, they have the information, they have all the information. And Laura Mulvaney
Yes.
is very knowledgeable about that. I'm sure that you know a lot about the information that she has to
Yeah,
share.
just spoke to her the other day.
So,
So
we're so lucky in our community to have people who have knowledge and desire to improve it. And, you know, I have a soft spot for stormwater management, so that's what I see when I see a tree.
What's Tree City?
What is it?
What is,
It's a designation.
what's it take to get that?
Several things. Yeah, I can, the next meeting, it's a little too premature to talk about it now, because, I mean, this truly just came up within the last few days, but by the next meeting, we were aiming to prepare you, or prepare all that information for you.
Good.
To give you the next meeting, so.
It's easy to, it's complicated, but look it up
Yeah.
online and.
Where's it, what other local town is a Tree City? I know I've seen.
Salisbury and Ocean City
I
is
thought I
also a
saw-
tree city.
I thought it was
Because
Ocean City. I know I've seen the signs.
Ocean City had a huge project about putting in all those trees, and they made the numbers, they had the plans. Gregory Purnell was part of that expansion, another citizen of Berlin,
Yeah. Yeah.
so.
He helped me before, he's good.
Yeah.
Now, he's somebody that has a lot of knowledge as far as trees.
Yeah.
Absolutely, he does. He was telling us,
And
another
Jim-
time, I tell you a story about him, he's
But at our
wonderful.
meeting in November, we'll go into that in more detail.
Okay.
Thank you.
But, yeah, you're welcome.
We're all on the same page. We like trees.
Yeah. Any questions or anything regarding the inspection reports, updates to the parks, equipment, anything?
I felt good that company went around. They probably taught you things
Well,
too,
yeah.
that you can do the next one.
Yeah, yeah, for sure, and just the, you know, kind of the speed and everything that they responded to that, it was nice. Like I said, the Henry Park was a warranty issue, that was something where within a year of getting put in, they'll fix whatever's wrong with it, but Stephen Peter Park, they certainly didn't need the help. They did, so that was much appreciated.
But we would probably go back to these people for new equipment.
Yeah, for sure, I mean, I've dealt with them. I've dealt
With
with
their
them a few
help,
times.
yes.
Yeah, they're a good.
Was that
good
two
company.
different companies then, Stephen Decatur versus
It's just the age.
Yeah. It's,
Henry Park, or they were the same company that?
They were the same company, Cunningham Recreation. Game Time is the manufacturer of the toys, Cunningham Recreation is the one that put them in.
So they came back for the warranty issue and then they came over to Stephen Decatur. Cool.
That's awesome.
Thank you for getting right on that.
Sure.
All right, well, moving along, the next, believe it or not, event is coming up in November, which is going to be the Glow Walk. It's the annual Glow Walk that we do. We participate with the Just Walk Worcester initiative, with the county health department. This, for us in the town, is probably, as part of the Parks Commission, is the largest event that is attended. We have the most participants at this event for us. So I just wanted to put it out there. Try to reserve the date if you can. We will need volunteers to help, I'm going to say, route guides, if you will. There's about 7 or 8 spots along the path. It's a 4.5 mile walk around downtown that starts and ends at Decatur Park. But we don't close roads or anything for it, so we will need a handful of directional guides to just ensure that our participants are walking in the right direction. So if you can just keep that date in mind if you're available, it would be really appreciated if anyone participate.
So the 5:30 is when we should arrive at Stephen Cater, or that's when
5:30.
this walk starts?
So 5:30 is when the walk starts. Registration does begin at 5. What I have
Okay.
found in previous years, especially last year, is that when people come to either register or sign in after having already pre-registered, I found that they just take off.
Yeah.
Which it is great. It is kind of nice to have everybody walk together, but it's hard to just tell them to wait until 5:30 when they just want to begin the walk. So the walk technically begins at 5:30, but registration begins at 5, and I found that people just take off starting at 5. So I would say if anybody is available to help or volunteer that day, a 4:30 arrival time would be great. It wouldn't take very much to get to.
We
get
should
to
just
where
tell them
we
they're
need
not
to
even
be,
gonna
but-
glow.
I know. Well, that was another thing too. When in one of the meetings, typically it's the walk is historically held on the first Friday of November. This year, the health department had a previously scheduled event that first Friday, so we did bump it 1 week later for us. I know that sounds silly, but I'm hoping that maybe it'll get dark a little bit earlier.
That is
This is the
first.
first Friday.
So-
Yeah, this is the first.
I
Friday.
think, I want to say this is the second Friday.
No,
No.
it's the first.
It's the first Friday.
Because the first is the 30th, 31st.
I'm sorry, that's what it was. Because of Halloween, that's what it was.
Okay.
I
Perfect.
will confirm that with them, but there was some talk about being flexible with the Friday. But I think we were just fearing
Halloween.
there being an event on Halloween and having an event so close to it, but I'll double check.
Okay.
But yeah, so for right now, it's the 7th.
But that's good because it should be kind of
Yeah.
dusk and getting dark
Yeah.
at 5:30.
But I mean, it's fun. I know some of you have attended in years past, but it is fun. The kids love it. And it's kind of nice to see, maybe not so much when the walk starts, but especially on the way, by the end of the walk, everybody walking back with glow sticks and stuff like that.
Yeah, I got there a little late. I walked it last year and got there a little late, so I walked it backwards so I could see everybody because I missed everybody
Yeah.
getting
Yeah.
so I could see everybody glowing. It was good.
I was
Nice.
guiding people at the turn at William Street there off of it.
Yeah.
And it was just great to see, so it's people really dressed up in that, little dogs with
Yeah.
outfits, the carts. It was just.
Family had
and
their
their-
flyer
yeah.
wagons. and,
The
you know,
strollers.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
strollers, all of that. It was just a fun event, so, yeah, I'll be there.
Yeah, very good, okay. The health department will be there too, they come and provide resources. Typically, in years past, AGH has sent some representatives to do health screenings and pass out some local resources as well. So it's a nice night.
Yeah.
Pending weather, of course, so we'll have to hope for
I'm
some
dying to go,
dry
but
weather.
I'm gonna be out of town.
Okay.
Apologies in advance,
No worries.
sorry about that.
So that's the next event. We'll touch base. I do believe that we meet shortly before that for our next meeting. So our next meeting with the group will be November 4th. As of now, the Glow Up will be that Friday, so.
Sunset
we'll
on,
make connect.
November 7th, when that is, be at 4:56.
Perfect.
So a half hour after that, it'd be
That's
pitch
perfect.
dark.
Okay.
Thank you for checking
Yeah.
that, you would.
Nice.
I'm going to make sure I have my glow sticks so I
The town also provides, we stock up and we provide them if people don't have them when they come.
I just.
They always want them.
Yes. I don't wanna offend anybody. Our glue stick's kind of bad for the environment,
I'm sure.
like, because we throw them away.
Oh, yeah?
I just am whispering that comment.
It's okay.
I have never been told that before.
I just think.
What's
it's
plastic?
plastic and, throw it away.
No, I'll see if there's any environmental
Maybe
friendly
not.
glow
No.
stuff. Well, it's worth looking
It's my own
at.
personal.
Well, they're,
Mine's
It's my own problem.
Mine's laundry bottles.
Same, I don't, same. I use the powder and then, yeah.
Sheets, yeah.
See,
I'll
it's
look into
it's
it.
a mom thing, I'm not
Get
saying, talking to my
Get
kids
it.
about that, but just, no, don't make more work for yourself. Just-
It's not, it's not.
I can.
Well, if you're
Search.
ordering them, yeah, I was just gonna say, you can just, might as well search ones that are
Yeah.
biodegradable or
Yeah,
something.
exactly.
If they
I'm
have them.
sure they exist.
They probably just don't glow as well. Everybody will be like dim.
I won't even be there.
It's like this really dark.
We'll have to get some black lights and have everybody
Yeah.
paint themselves.
Flashlights and lanterns.
Yeah, yeah. You know, let's do
Lanterns.
some-
Yeah.
Bring Road headlamp.
Flashlight.
Oh, yeah,
Flashlights.
the whole miners group
Yeah.
come through.
Flashlights.
Seven dwarfs.
You can put tissue paper over a flashlight.
Yeah, right, right? Just. Pretend I didn't say that.
No, it's okay.
No, I think it's a
We'll
good
research it.
suggestion.
It's good that you're raising these things, you know, we
That's
shouldn't
a
just
good
blindly
Mhm.
have fun.
I was kidding about the dim lights, I think.
No, I'm not. My kids yell at me all the time. I should just, I can't stop myself.
It's important, I'm glad you spoke up.
Yeah.
That's really all we have. One piece of good news that I can share, I suppose, it is, as we have already spoken about, we have been pursuing grant funding for our soon-to-be Berlin Skate Park. One of our applications for the Land Water Conservation Fund has been accepted to progress to the next round of applications. So that's one hurdle that we have overcome with that. So I'll keep you posted as it progresses, but that's one good piece of news that we have to share, because that would be really great for this project. But
That's awesome.
yeah.
What
So we're
about
working on it.
the restrooms? I know by the time we got the grant, then the price for them went way up. Are we still taking?
We are ready to rock and roll. That will probably break ground in October.
Oh, wow.
So it is.
That's tomorrow.
Just in time
Just
for the
tomorrow.
glow walk.
It is.
I'm sure it'll be-
happening.
That's awesome.
Oh, I can't wait for the ribbon cutting.
Good.
Yeah, thank you.
Or the tissue cutting, whatever.
So we'll put out, because, of course, not many, there's one road, but there will be fencing put up, and we'll probably put out some notices publicly on social media once that really, we have a solidified start date, but there will be construction fencing around the site and vehicles and that kind of thing. So, but they don't anticipate the project, all of those that are taking too long.
Wow. What, do we have any update on Heron Park? Like when will, the Gillises are definitely, has that gone through? Are they gonna?
I can't quite speak on that, to be honest with you.
I was just
think
wondering.
things are still underway with that.
Okay, I was just curious, because I hadn't heard anything in a while, and I was
Yeah.
just wondering if that.
Do we have any involvement at all with the skate park, or is that something separate that, I don't remember hearing anything in here about anything with it. Are we involved at all or
Recently,
not?
since you joined our group, it's been a little quiet, but it has been quite a talk
Yeah.
for some time now.
It was.
Right, because I hadn't heard anything,
Yeah.
I didn't know if I was missing, well. I was missing
The
out.
funding is being provided and it's being guided by the We Heart Berlin people.
Well, I knew that, that's why I was wondering if it was
They've got
like
the
their own ball, they're
Yeah.
running with it, or.
So they were working with us.
Yeah.
They're working with us.
They-
It's just
okay.
that for all the beginning stages, we already addressed everything, and now we're just
So no, Tony
waiting.
was a big pusher of it and
He's
all.
still right involved. Speaking of that whole construction area, I know that that's going to be a whole new shed or whatever, a multi-purpose for public works there. Isn't that what's going to happen for you
Yeah, so
guys?
if you were to look, I can speak on that a little bit. So if you were to look at a parcel map of that whole area, just to give a little bit of an aerial view, so if you were to make, just for directional purposes, if you were to make a right to go to Heron Park off of Old Ocean City, parcel-wise, there's parcel 57, which are the existing buildings. If you head back towards the park, the lagoon area is parcel 52, and then to the right of that is parcel 410, which is where the skate park will go, and parcel 191, which is where the new public works facility will go. So ultimately, in that area, the skate park and the public works building will kind of share
Now,
that space. if
what
you
was
will.
decided, how did it get decided to go there?
Several meetings
Oh, that-
with
I mean, first thing on mind, there's no sidewalks whatsoever on Old Ocean City Road, up and down between the light and Cheers and on out
That's
50.
also something that's being pursued.
Yeah, I mean,
It's-
that's gonna be a
several
problem.
changes
There's already
are
been people
proposed
hit
in that
there.
area.
Well, one
Awesome.
thing that could
Yeah.
alleviate that is if we, they're talking about the rails to trails that goes right, all the way through town and ends right there at the park. So that's hopefully, that's not coming anytime soon.
I'm not gonna say anytime soon, we
But
are
it's
still
on
in
the
the design
horizon.
phase of that. We've hit some roadblocks, with, safety turnarounds and the
Mhm.
route itself. So we're working with state folks and our engineers to try and figure out a more viable path for that. But
Right.
sidewalks in Ocean City is something that's
Also,
actively
yeah.
being sought. Rails to Trails is still very much so a
I
project.
mean, I know
we're
everything
pursuing.
just costs money, that's the way it is, but I mean,
No,
that place
yeah,
is
all the things
really
have been
up and down,
very
Old
much
Ocean
taken
City
consideration,
Road
yeah.
between Cheers and
Mhm.
Oh,
Legion
yeah.
is,
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
it's
And
like,
And you're absolutely, I absolutely agree. It
Yeah.
needs to be
Yeah.
properly developed for, in order for it to be
Well,
accessible.
we're gonna get kids on skateboards,
Sure.
they're gonna ride them even down the road
Oh,
to get in there. I mean, even if they're told not to, they're going to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
You
The
know.
one thing is, at least you can cut through, like, I always go right at the tracks. You know what I mean? When I'm riding my bike, and then I weave my way back. Hopefully, some smart kids will do that, but it is gonna be a problem, you're right.
Yeah,
I'm sure
go,
it is.
then people
No matter
go-
what.
go through the neighborhoods too to get over that way.
That's what I mean, like, that's
but
what I
depends
do.
on but you're right. I'm glad you bring it up because it is an issue, a
Yep.
safety issue that needs to
Sure.
be brought in with the whole development. Mr. Gillis has to think of the same thing when he's developing his shops or whatever it is he's doing.
Are sidewalks even included, that might even be included in his,
He has to at his property.
that's what I mean.
But he wants, if he's a smart businessman, which I do believe he is, he will want the entire Old Ocean City Boulevard to have access so that somebody could walk from, let's say, somebody's at the hospital, they want to walk down and use his shop for a restaurant or whatever. He wants people to be able to get there.
Right.
We want this walkable
Yeah.
town.
I think that sidewalks might even be in that plan, I don't know.
That would be wonderful,
Well,
but the state
I can
has
say
to
that
do
the
that.
concern for sidewalks has not fallen on deaf ears.
Yay.
It's something that's very much being considered and
Good.
taken into consideration as all the changes.
Even
in
with
developments
sidewalks though, those
that
kids are
area.
gonna ride skateboards on the sidewalk,
Yeah.
which is good, it'd be safer, but,
Yeah.
I mean, it's,
And I think
I
that
mean,
they're
it's gonna
talking
be an
about it
issue.
even going right up Old Ocean City Boulevard to the new townhouses, because I see people
Mhm.
pushing baby strollers down.
Yeah.
Oh
Yeah.
my
So-
gosh.
Crazy.
But they are talking about that, I keep
Yeah.
reading
I
that.
just one thing to consider too, I mean, this, not for tonight's meeting, but Old Ocean City is a state highway. So
Right.
it is not a town-owned road, which also poses its own
That's
challenges.
another-
So
Right.
we're exploring
I
all
know
aspects.
this is something different, but I saw a bunch of people look like state or some town today at the light by Food Line doing something. Do you know anything about that at all?
I do not.
Nope.
We'll talk about it.
Yeah.
Anyway.
So
You know
I'll
anything
keep
about
sharing
it?
the group, updates with the group as I have them, but that's just one piece of good news I wanted to.
Thank
share
you.
for
There's a lot of exciting things happening.
moving forward, yeah.
All good stuff.
All good stuff.
Thank you.
Thanks.
for
Anything else?
everything.
Yeah, you're welcome. Anything else, any
Thank you.
comments,
No.
questions, concerns from the group? Good? Okay.
All good stuff.
Motion to adjourn.
I second that motion.
I'll make a motion.
Thank you all.
Thank you.
I love that top.
Thank you. It's like so like perfect for the